Hey gorgeous, it's time for us to put another tablescape together, and this time I'm incredibly excited about it because it's one for Christmas, it's one for the holidays and for gathering with your loved ones, and it's layered, it's textured, it's rich, it's giving drama, but it's actually hassle-free. All you need to do is put together a bauble garland. That's the hardest thing you're going to need to do for this tablescape. So let's get into how I put this together, and you can too. Okay, so welcome back, people. This is the Hosting Olympics, and if you are new here, I'm Michelle Marbie Davies, and just imagine if Oprah and Martha Stewart had a baby. I would basically be the end result because I love rich, deep conversations like Oprah, but I also love gathering people, elevating my home, and hosting dinner parties like Martha, okay? Now, this is my season. This is my Olympics, okay? Hosting. The holiday season, it's about gathering and making memories with your loved ones, and sometimes you need a great tablescape to act as a canvas for those conversations. I love the way this tablescape came together, so let me walk you through what I use. I just showed you these candlesticks, which are gorgeous, and me scratching the base was showing you that because the candlestick holders have felt pad at the bottom, it won't scratch your table, and that's something to look out for. But I love the way those look. I love the texture on them. And then these are shimmer garlands, which I wouldn't use like on its own, but layered in the way I did it in this tablescape, you'll see how it came together. It's battery powered, so you can move this about, and the lights are kind of faint. They're like not too prominent, but you'll see that we're going to layer that with some candlelight and some LED pillar candles as well. So I've got these candlesticks, which are ivory. I would love to try this tablescape again with some darker candlesticks. And that scissors motion was me showing you that you need to always trim the wicks to make sure when you light your taper candles, it's not just burning like black soot all over the place. Can we get into this glassware because it is incredibly stunning? You know I love good glassware. If you watched any of my previous videos, these are from Danone, as are most of the items from this video because I did a collaboration with them on Instagram. But this tablescape was so good that I was like, I have to recreate it and show you guys here. I love how elevated these look. Wine glass is what I got, and then the flute as well. And it's just elevated, it's simple, the rim is thin enough so it just looks good even though it's really affordable. Then I also got these nutcracker ornaments, so you typically hang them on the tree, but I took off the metal tops and then I spray painted them gold. They came in like multicolors, but I spray painted them gold. And then I put some name cards that I got from Etsy, which are acrylic name cards, and I stuck them to the top using kind of an adhesive. You can use any one that you would like. And then I'm also going in with some clear candle holders. These are not from Danone. These are just ones that I've had. But as usual, I like to go in with varying heights for that elevated layered look. Then these charger plates, which I am obsessed with. I naturally don't think of myself as a gold girly in terms of jewelry or anything else, but these charger plates have me in a chokehold. I love the detailing on them, and I just knew they would be perfect for this tablescape to go with the bauble garland that I'm going to put together. And then I have my pearl dinnerware Casanova. I know some people like to get plates that have like Christmas detailing on them, but I don't have any just yet. Maybe further down the line I will, but for now I love the versatility of being able to use plates that I love and I use on a daily basis for my tablescapes, even if it's for the holidays as well. Then this brushed gold cutlery. Now, I have like a love-hate relationship with gold cutlery. I love the way it looks sometimes on people's tablescapes, but I always want something that has a brushed effect, and these do. I feel like it just looks a lot more elevated than the plain gold cutlery. Sometimes the plain gold cutlery can have like a flimsy look to it, but the brushed detailing on this just makes it more elevated for me. So I was glad I found those. And then these platters, which are leaf platters, they remind me a lot of stuff from Costa Nova. Costa Nova has a green option of these, but I just love the way these look, and charcuterie that I did on them before looks amazing. These are the baubles I use for bauble garland, and I cut the string off the baubles in the box just to make it easier for myself. And all you do is get some floral wire. You can get garden wire or floral wire, and you're literally just dropping the baubles on. Now you want to alternate big, small, medium. Then when I'm putting the really small ones that you can see, I put lots of them in a cluster, then I keep adding more. Because of the wire, they will move around, but primarily you kind of just want to place things as you would like them to be. That's the floral wire. It's kind of sturdy and it comes in so handy for anything you want to do, especially around the holidays. So I just kind of assembled this together, and you can kind of move stuff about or take some stuff off if you need to. But overall, I love the way it looks. I was just trying to see how it would look on the tree as well. This is not the exact color scheme that I'm going to be using for my Christmas decorations, but yeah, I kind of just wanted you to see how that would look on a tree. Now we get on to assembling the actual tablescape, which is so easy. So you're going to lay down that bauble garland in the middle of the table. And the great thing about this is you can actually place it somewhere else if you want to change your tablescape. You already have the garland, the bauble garland that you've assembled. So you can place this anywhere else if you would like. And I know sometimes they sell these pre-made, but I think you can grab some baubles that are really affordable and you like the look of, and you can kind of assemble what you prefer and get that rich, full, textured look. I'm going in with the shimmer garland, and I placed the battery pack in the middle just so I could hide it. And I've kind of just woven the shimmer garland around the garland that I have made from the baubles, and that is it. Now, I love the texture of this. I love the layering of this. I think Christmas and the holidays and the festive season is where you can kind of go all out. Now, throughout the year, I go all out. Like, I love things that are dramatic. But if you love things that are a bit more pared back, you could just do this without the shimmer garland. You could do this and make clusters of baubles. So using the floral wire, do a small cluster and another cluster and another cluster instead of one long garland for a more minimalist look. But a true wow, golly. A true minimalist would probably still find that intense. That finger motion was me showing you how I kind of approach the table in terms of making sure I've got height. So I put the lower candle holders kind of in between the garland, and then I moved over to a higher candle holder, and low and then high and low and high. You can see that from looking at the table, but that's essentially what I focus on to make sure things kind of look visually interesting or textured. And then I trim the candles, as you can see. I also have the LED pillar candle that's in the front there, and then just laying out the charger plates. And I just already love how this looks. Like, honestly, I don't know why I've never done a tablescape like this before. I adore the way it looks. I think it would evoke that warm, cozy, happy, festive feeling once anyone sits at a table like this. It wouldn't work well for family style, which is, you know, where you put the food in the middle of the table, because you would probably need to move the whole garland. But if you were doing maybe plated service or a buffet station somewhere else where everyone gets up, takes their plate to go and get their food, then it could work. Especially if you are laying out the plates like I am here. So I'm placing the plates on top of my charger plates. When you do table service like this, when you lay out your table like this, just know that, like, if you're gonna plate the food for guests, you're probably gonna have to take the plates away and plate it, and like in the middle of the dinner, you're going to take people's plates. So when you see it on Instagram and it looks cute, just know it's not always as practical as it could be. But because I have an open plan kitchen, I have no problems just taking people's plates from right there, popping it onto the island, and, you know, just assembling the food and giving it back to them. But it could also work really well if you're having shared starters, so plates that people pass around. Sometimes I allow people to pass the plates around, and then like the sharing plates around, like charcuterie or shrimp or bread or whatever, they put their food onto the plates, and then I take those giant plates back, the platters, and put it on the island. I hope you're following the gist of what I'm saying. But either way, something you will have to think about when it comes to your tablescapes is the logistics of how things are going to work. It can look pretty, but how are you going to make it work so it doesn't feel like a lot of effort for your guests? But that is it. Those platters I put on the end, you can add some charcuterie to it. You can add some chocolates. Like, I know for some people you can't serve chocolates until after dinner, but imagine guests' surprise when they get to have a little something sweet before the main course. I don't know, we're adults, so we can do what we want, right? Like, we don't have to ask for permission. But I love the way this tablescape came together. It's so warm, cozy, elevated, textured. Like, I adore this. I can imagine just sitting and having long conversations that go on for hours and hours and hours, and just having a good time. It's just beautiful. I love that all the gold pieces don't match exactly, but they complement each other really well. And that tarnished look of these candlestick holders is great. I also bought some reindeer that I just bought for, you know, decorating for Christmas in general. But I thought, why not add it to the tablescape and see how it looks? And again, it's a different shade of gold. It probably leans more bronze, brassy, rose gold maybe. But it still works. It's like a variety of colors. And I think because the baubles are not all one color, which is the tip that I would give you, if the baubles are not all the same shade of gold, and they're a variety, it allows you to be able to do a bit more when it comes to mixing and matching random pieces that you have in the house. If I had all one shade of gold baubles, it might feel like a mismatch with certain things, but you can see there's some that are really light pearl, there's some that are a darker bronzy color, there's some that feel like silver, platinum, but either way, it looks beautiful. This is what it looks like with the lights down. And I just think it's stunning. This is such a simple tablescape for you to put together. If you don't have nutcrackers to use as place card holders, you can always just use a card, maybe a piece of fruit. It's up to you. Maybe a fig might be nice, a bow, something. Merry Christmas.